Why is it that we are so quick to doubt ourselves, but so slow to recognize our power and our brilliance? Oh, goodness, goodness, goodness. Why is it? Why is it that we can talk ourselves out of the very thing we say we want? Why is it that we can look at other people and say how great they are at things, but when we think about ourselves, we're not as confident? If you've ever struggled with self doubt, if you've ever struggled with overthinking, if you've ever struggled with imposter syndrome, then you definitely want to keep watching. Okay. So, the first thing I need you to understand is that self doubt it clouds your judgment. It clouds your judgment because you begin to make decisions based on fears. Fear of failing, fear of making a mistake, fear of people saying you don't know what you're doing or you don't know what you're talking about. And so a lot of times people have so many gifts, so many talents, so many skills, but they are keeping them to themselves because they are afraid of what strangers might say. Some are afraid of what their family might say, of what their colleagues might say. And I want to say this to you as nicely as I can. As nicely as I can. It's your life. And you've got to live your life. You've got to show up in a way that feels real and authentic to you. For so long, I showed up not how I wanted to show up, but how I thought people wanted me to show up. And so I grew up in a religious environment, and there were just things you couldn't say, things you couldn't do, things you couldn't wear. And so it took me a very long time to really step into who I was designed to be. And one of the things I allowed to keep me playing small was my fear of rejection. Because I had been rejected from childhood, that was the thing that I just didn't, I couldn't deal with it. I couldn't handle it. It would turn me into somebody totally different. I would just go into a shell, go into my room, put the covers over my head. Like, I can't work. I can't do anything else. And so when I learned how to master that, everything changed. Case in point, I literally just got a rejection today. And I'm laughing, right? And I'm recording this today. Why? Because I understand that that organization was not rejecting me. They were rejecting my offer. And this particular offer was one that almost made it. Like they had taken it all the way up to the financial department, and then for some reason it didn't go through. And the old Jessica would have been so broken, so frustrated. I would have started just saying, well, you're not good enough. You're not smart enough. This and that. And it's like, no. You got to understand that you are more than your results. And a lot of times, what frustrates us is when we connect ourselves to our results, right? So you went after something and you didn't get it. And so you say you're a failure. And that's not true. You're not a failure. You're not a failure unless you give up. Like, that's when, like, it's permanent, right? But as long as you take in the information, take in the feedback, and remind yourself that you have an opportunity to get better, there's no reason for you to be discouraged. There's no reason for you to keep second guessing yourself. There's no reason for you to keep downplaying your strengths and hesitating to take action. You've got so much more in you than you even realize. But you're settling. You're playing small. You're staying in places and spaces where you know that you're being tolerated and not celebrated. This is the truth. Doubt is loud, but it's rarely accurate. I got to say that one more time. Doubt is loud, but it's rarely accurate. You have to make up in your mind that you are great at what you do. You are phenomenal at what you do. You got to make up in your mind that you are top tier. You got to make up in your mind that you deserve the best. And you got to get to a place where you say, you know what? I'm going to say yes to this thing, even though I'm a little nervous. Even though I don't feel as confident as I would like to feel, I am going to say yes. And that's how I began to navigate my self-doubt and build confidence. A lot of times people are waiting to feel confident. It's not going to happen. Why? And I'm not being negative when I say that. It's not going to happen because confidence is built in the doing. You can't get confident at something by thinking about it, by talking about it. And even with visualization, people are like, visualize if you want to. Yeah, you do all of that, but you got to do. You got to actually submit the proposal. You got to actually pick up the phone. You got to actually submit the resume. You got to actually get on the stage and speak. You got to actually turn on your camera and record the video. And that's when the confidence will come. It takes competence to develop confidence. And so as long as you are hiding out, you're going to keep playing small and you're not going to see the results you desire to see. And so your strength is revealed in hard moments. There are so many opportunities that came to me and I was nervous. Like, I was like, I don't know if I can do this, but I'm not going to waste time overthinking it. I'm going to say yes and figure it out. And can I tell you all this? It always worked out. It always worked out. And it's so funny because I'll say yes. And then afterwards, I'm like, oh goodness, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Like I'm trying to hype myself up. Like, what have you done? What have you said yes to? But you got to get to a place where you trust that you have what it takes. You got to get to a place where you recognize that everything you need is already on the inside of you. You've got the skills. You've got the talent. You've got the knowledge. Stop doubting yourself. Stop second guessing yourself. Do you understand how much you've already survived over the last 5 years, 10 years? Do you realize that some people couldn't handle a fraction of what you've gone through and overcome? Like you're still here. You're still breathing. And because you're still here and because you're still breathing, that means that there is more for you to do. That means that there is another level that you can access. You have not reached your ceiling. Oh gosh. The fact that you are here right now is proof that you're an overcomer. It's proof. And so whenever you start to doubt yourself, I need you to write out about 5 situations that you have overcome in your lifetime. Like for me, 6 miscarriages. Like when you can overcome 6 miscarriages, oh my goodness, you can overcome a lot. When you can overcome childhood sexual abuse, when you can overcome divorce, when you can overcome low self-confidence, when you can overcome grief and loss, when you can overcome rejection, like when you realize that every single thing you've been through is building you up to the next level that you've been striving for, that's when everything is going to change for you. But as long as you continue to shrink and doubt and postpone your breakthrough, you're not only hurting yourself, but you're hurting those who are waiting on you to support them. And so, what I want you to do is start every day by identifying what your strengths are. Like every day, I need you to identify like three things that you are good at. Like three things you did that week that you're proud of. You've got to continue to pour into you. Listen, you can never be too confident. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, you don't want to be. Listen, those who are confident, they win. And you've got to change your self-concept. You got to change how you see you, because as you begin to see yourself as a winner, you're going to begin to win. You got to stop waiting for perfect conditions. Stop waiting for everything to line up. Stop waiting for people to applaud you. Stop waiting for people to come back and apologize for what they did. Stop waiting for people to support you and be in your corner and tell you you got this. No, you need to know that you got this. You need to understand that you've got to surround yourself with people who want to see you win. And that is why I am creating a community of individuals who are ready to lead themselves. I'm creating a community of individuals who are tired of fighting self-doubt. They're tired of setting goals and not achieving those goals. They're tired of being in despair. They're tired of going to a job that they don't want to go to. They want to create generational wealth. They want to develop the mindset, the habits, and the skill set of high performers. That is why I do what I do. I've done it for myself, and I'm committed to teaching other people how to do it. So this is what I want you to do. First and foremost, I need you to send me a message of one brave action you're going to take today. One brave action, whether that be pitching yourself as a speaker on someone's podcast, applying for something, submitting a proposal, a contract. Like, what is one brave action that you will take today? Don't overthink it, right? I started to say this week, but I'm like, no, procrastinators, they won't do it. What is one brave action you can take today? And then if you are interested in the community that I talked about, I want you to let me know. And this is going to be a low cost. We're going to do 90 days, and I'm going to do it several times. But I believe that there is someone watching me today who is saying enough is enough. Who's saying, I'm tired of playing small. Who's saying, I said I was going to do this last year. I said I was going to write this book 5 years ago. I said that I was going to get the certification. I said that I was going to do X, Y, Z. And I'm still here in the same position. I'm still struggling financially. I'm still dealing with low self-confidence. I'm still dealing with imposter syndrome. I still find myself shrinking when I'm in meetings or when I go to an event. If that is you, I want to challenge you to connect with me. But I also want to challenge you to do one thing that makes you a little bit nervous, because that is the only way we're going to grow. Until next time, take it.